Welcome inside Birmingham Seaholm High School for tonight's swim and dive rivalry matchup between the home Seaholm Maples and the Groves Falcons. I'm Brad Fetters for BACB Sports, joined tonight by my broadcast partner Nick Buckler. And tonight's activities will begin with the diving portion of tonight's event. Ben Faber up first. And
Brad, I don't know if I'm missing something here, but the crowd is erupting for zeros across the board.
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I'm just gonna offer my commentary and sit down.
Hudson Kosiba, reverse dive into the pike, or at least we believe that's going to be and it's not. I don't know what's going on.
Yep, that another zeros across the board, and gonna go to the third diver, Jackson Schulte from Groves.
It's supposed to be a reverse dive into the pike.
I mean, maybe that's what they were going for.
I don't know. Joke is lost on me. At least he put up points.
Oh, wow. The crowd is erupting for the first diver to actually get points. All right. Cheers to that.
Carter Richmond, reverse, one somersault into the tuck.
So we think.
Well, he's concentrating. One would believe he's going to actually attempt to dive, but maybe this is all for show too.
That looks. He tried. He got the somersault portion, and
he too picks up zeros.
Well. All right, here we go. So I'm right now in belief that I think they're all throwing the first round because no one has even attempted a dive yet. And we're going to see it again.
Yeah, I don't even know why we're bothering running replay. Alex Marino, reverse one somersault into the tuck.
Oh, there we go.
1.6
We're on the board.
Degree of difficulty. We can roll
on
that
the
replay.
board. Here we go.
5.5, 4.5, 4.5.
And we're off and running, folks. BACB Sports.
No, Alex perhaps just wants to win this event.
Yeah, right. Everyone else was messing around. He said no.
Well, Ben Faber, forward dive into the straight. Let's see if round two consists of some normal dives. Well, this is...
Nope. Yeah, or just... I truly think they are... This is all for show, I think. They're throwing the diving portion. There we go. All right, there was the forward somersault pike by Hudson Kasiba, and he's picking up some scores, 6, 5, and 4 across the three. So he was dialed back in there for his second dive. We'll see here what Jackson Schulte does.
Forward dive into the straight position.
All right. All right. Carter Richmond gonna give this a go here. Fourth diver, second round of diving. The back dive straight, and he's just gonna fall backwards into the pool. And he's going to pick up 3.5, 3.0, 4.0. So we're going to take another gander at that here as we just see him fall backwards off the diving board. So we're just hanging out here for the diving portion. Bradley Gleim here. And he just dives forward. So
all right, so I got the reason why
that this has just become a free-for-all?
this has become a free-for-all. They're not actual divers. They're just
Oh.
swimmers that have decided that tonight they are going to dive. So we have started the event, and we just have a bunch of swimmers that are diving for no particular reason.
So, all right. So you're saying
There's a few divers mixed in with the swimmers.
I think this is one of them here. He is definitely a diver because he did well in the first dive, and the second dive he's going to probably run away with his match while everyone else falls off the diving board. So now we're into the third dive, and at this point it might be a cannonball for all I know. Good investigative reporting skills, though, Brad. Always getting to the bottom of it.
Tried.
You know, I mean, honestly, for not diving, you know, you got to fall gracefully in. 2.5, 2.5, 3.5, and the crowd is electric in here. I can feel the electricity running through me.
Well, kind of got the sense that something was amiss during warm-ups when no one was really trying
Warming
too
up.
hard.
They were just jumping in. And
Forward one somersault into the twist. 4, 3, 3.5. So it'll be Jackson Schulte. Back dive into the straight. Another
so we
just
think.
swimmer.
Back dive straight, right in. There he goes. Crowd is going wild. See what Carter's got up his sleeve.
Now the question becomes, do they do this every meet? Does Groves just not have divers?
It's a great question. Looks like he's in a lot of pain on that right leg. Some gashes and some.
Inward dive into the tuck. Three and a half, 3, 3.5.
All right, so basically you can see what's happening. I don't think there's much needed to be said.
So this is Alex Marino.
He appeared to be lone diver in this group.
Inward one somersault into the tuck, 1.6 on the degree of difficulty.
He's got 48 points.
Good entry. 6.54.
As we moved to round 4.
6 total dives tonight.
Oh, and look at that. He picked up some scores. 2.5, 1.5, 3. So how about that?
Hudson Koshiba, back dive into the straight.
We'll see what this looks like. Something tells me it's not going to look like the forward dive. Half twist, straight dive. We'll see if he picks up any points. I guess, oh, there he is. He does. 2, 1.5, 1.5 for that. And Carter Richmond's now going to go for a forward one somersault into a tuck. And again, we'll just hope.
.4 on the degree of difficulty. 3.55.
He's looking to secure himself a second place finish here. Numbers like that. Another one where we'll try to see a forward dive, half twist into the straight. And, well, watch and learn. Or don't.
Alex Marino, inward 1.5 somersaults into the tuck. 2.2 on the degree of difficulty.
All right, there it was. Inward 1.5 somersault into a tuck by Alex Marino.
3.5, 5.5.
Yep, and I think we'll just hand him first place right now. I don't know about you, Brad, but I think he's deserving. So we'll head into our 5th dive. And the inward dive into a tuck. And he picked up some numbers. How about that? 2.0, 2.0, 1.5 across the 3 judges as Hudson Kasiba will now attempt his 5th dive.
Four and a half, 4, 3.
Well, the crowd really likes that one. They really like that. 4, 5, 3.5 for Jackson Schulte. Getting the crowd to come to life here at Seaholm Pool.
Forward 1.5 somersaults into the tuck.
Carter
Well
Richmond.
done.
Yep, he's from Seaholm. And he comes out to some cheers.
4, 4.5, 5. Now Brady is changing up his dive.
He's saying scratch that. Oh, that's what he switched it to. Okay. Not quite sure what that was.
Alex now forward 2 somersaults into the tuck, 2.2 on the degree of difficulty.
Kind of went a little face forward there,
Yeah,
but
I guess chin down, didn't he?
but honestly, he deserves 10s because he's the only person here that's diving. We're going into the 6th dive and the final dive of the evening. Final round here. Ben Faber. Zeros across the board for him. Zeros.
Inward 1 somersault into the tuck.
It actually looked like a pretty solid dive to me. 3.5, 4, 3.5. So good for him.
Carter Richmond forward 1 somersault, half twist into the free. Two and a half, 3, 2.5.
Oh, okay. All right. Just going to sprawl in off the diving board. Okay. And the final dive of the evening. And boy, I wish it would continue. One last diver on the night.
Reverse dive into the pike. 1.7 on the degree of difficulty. Three and a half, 4. So that'll do it for the diving portion. Very first event of the evening will be the 200-yard medley relay. That'll be coming up next after this brief timeout.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back to Seaholm High School. Brad Fetters with Nick Buckler for BACB Sports. First event of the swimming portion of tonight's meet. Your 200-yard medley relay. Lanes 2 through 8 will be occupied. They will alternate between Groves and Seaholm teams. To start things off, in lane number 2 will be Oliver Drake. In lane 3, Andrew McLean. In lane 4, Joey Stebbins. In lane 5, Elliot Renovian. In lane 6, John Drinkert. In lane 7, Julio Defina. And in lane 8, Lawrence Beckton.
200-yard medley kicking things off. And it's a nice one to kick you off. Not too short, not too long. Gets you in there feeling good. We got one heat of this. So this is, in fact, the points race.
Early lead for lane 4 of Stebbins, and now Angus McDonald, Zach Lezovich, and Asa Allen. Some names to know in lane 4. When you talk about the who's who of this year's Falcon team, it's that lane right there. You're going to hear Stebbins, McDonald, and Allen quite a bit tonight. So Angus McDonald turns it over now to Lezovich. Hordakovich, Dunlop, Lezovich, Knudsen, Kuziak, Koshiba, and Mingus. The third leg of these relay teams. And the anchors in lane 2, Giovanni Baldini. In lane 3, Nico Bonell Morse. In lane 3, Asa Allen. George Marsh will be in lane 5. Adam Nagy in lane 6. Alex Marina in lane 7. And Ethan Rass in lane number 8.
Lane 4 really just coasting to a victory here. And it's really not even close. A good 3 body lengths here as they come on in ahead of lane 5. Who gets second? Lane 3 is third.
So it's the team of Stebbins, McDonald, Lezovich, and Asa Allen. Allen, the anchor there, senior. Second place, Elliot Renovian, Finn Murray, Emmett Knudsen, and George Marsh. So an early lead for Groves in terms of the first place races. This is a Groves team that is coming off a state championship a year ago. Scored 274 points in that state meet. Seaholm finishing in third with 210 points. If you remember correctly, Seaholm won the regular season matchup between these two teams, 103-80 last season, but it was Groves that got them in the state tournament. That, my friends, is the ultimate form of revenge.
Yeah, right. It just goes to show, just waiting around for that last one. And, the last one floating, I guess you could say, is the champ, so to speak.
So this will be a two-man race. Dylan Layer in lane 4. D'Alessandro. Fortunately, do not have a first name for the sophomore. Gavin is his first name, thanks to the PA announcer. So 200 free, Gavin D'Alessandro versus Dylan Layer. This is a exhibition race. This will not count towards any sort of points tonight. Slight advantage for Gavin. It's got to be a funny feeling not having any sort of field with you. Just mano a mano. There's a terrific look at our race. Alessandro continues to lead. Big full length advantage for him.
Just over the halfway point here of the 200-yard freestyle race. As you mentioned, the exhibition race here before the points race, which is coming up next.
put things in perspective, you're looking at a D2 state cut. Both these teams competing in Division II. 149.99, so neither swimmer going to pick that state cut up here this evening. It'll be D'Alessandro coming in with a time of 1:57.45. Layer will come in just over 2 minutes at 2:04.83. Points race now. Let's meet tonight's participants. First in lane 1, Cullen Nelson. Giovanni Baldini will be in lane 2. Quinn O'Neill in lane 3. Angus McDonald in lane 4. Luke Deegan in lane 5. Nathan Stebbins in lane 6. Liam Goff, in relation to Jared, in lane 7. And Brock Kuziak in lane number 8. 203 points race.
Did you ever get into swimming as a little tyke?
I did not. I took swim lessons.
I did that too. I can just doggy paddle and dead man's float. That's about all I got.
I think most parents put their young children in swim lessons,
Yep.
and then some of us forget about it. Others become terrific swimmers and divers. That's the case here this evening.
Don't get me wrong. I like to lounge by the pool, though. That's for sure.
You and me both, my friend. Lane 4, Angus McDonald, the early lead. Slight advantage over Quinn O'Neill in lane 3. Trying to put up a fight is Luke Deegan. With a big lead right now for Angus. Birmingham Groves. Full length lead right now over O'Neill. Deegan 3rd, Stebbins 4th. 4-man race. Goff in 5th, Nelson in 6th. But boy, oh boy, McDonald really picking him up and putting him down. This is a huge advantage for the senior from Birmingham Groves.
You said what was the state cut? 149?
149.99. He's going to
get
shatter that.
Yep. It's like 4 people got in.
Yep, all 4 with state cut times. I'm sure all 4 probably already have those state cut times, but needless to say, they're in now, if they weren't already in. O'Neill touches 2nd, followed by Stebbins. Vet number 3, the men's 200-yard individual medley. To kind of put things in perspective for our viewers at home, I'm sure everyone's familiar with the scoring, but in case you're not, individual events, first place is 6 points, second place is 4. You receive 3 points for a third place finish. Fourth place nets you 2 points, and 1 point is given to the 5th place finish. No points for 6th, 7th, or 8th place in the individual events. You get a little bit of bonus points now for the relays, but only the top 3 teams score. First place in the relays gets 8 points. 4 points is awarded to second place, and 2 goes to the third place team. A little bit of a bonus built into the relays.
All right, they're dialing in, getting up to their the post here. Ready to get after it.
This is the 200-yard IM, 2 lengths of each stroke discipline. In lane 1, Seaholm, Cody Chimaya. Lane 2, Groves, Adam Maggie. Lane 3, Seaholm, Emmett Knudsen. Lane 4.
Could you imagine you swim all that and then you got to go warm up and swim in the other pool? I couldn't. I would not do that.
This is a points race.
This is 8 lengths of the pool for the 200-yard freestyle.
Chinayan, Nagy, Knudsen, Stebbins, Renovian, Dinkaloo, Murray, and Grake. Only have first names for a few of the individuals. So apologize. Also apologize if we make any pronunciation mistakes throughout the course of the night. It's impossible to go through all of the participants and get correct pronunciations. It's not like a basketball roster that typically only has 12 to 14 individuals.
Yeah, it's a loaded lineup of all 4 grades, 9 through 12, across 2 schools, and really all bets are off. Looks like there's
Stebbins, the senior with the early advantage over Renovian.
it's like clock malfunction here in the pool deck, so the times are being kept on the deck instead of on the scoreboard, so we apologize about that, but we'll be sure to update you
race
when we
here.
get the
Boy,
chance.
oh boy, listen to the crowd. Going to be a photo finish, and we're not quite sure because we don't have a working timesheet. And now everyone kind of looks at each other, and don't tell me that the scorers on the pool, the way the scorers on the pool deck are acting, it's almost like it's a tie down there.
Guess we'll hope to hear.
We'll wait for the official announcement. Well, that was a terrific battle between Stebbins and Renovian.
Oh, yeah, it could have been anyone's game. I think it was lane 5.
Well, let's get another look here on our BACB Sports. It was going to be whoever touched.
I think lane 5. Let's see. Look at that look.
It's
Oh,
fingertips.
my. I think it's lane 5 right there. For those of you that don't, I drew on the screen that we have in front of us with my pen that you cannot see at home, but I circled his hand touching. So I believe it was lane 5, but that looked so close. That was an excellent look by our BACB Sports camera.
So didn't get any sort of official announcement as far as I know.
With their events, and hopefully we'll get the board back up and running.
Going to proceed with the event while they work on that scoreboard. So we'll just give you the best commentary we can and hope that we can hear some scores.
So they were having issues with the touch boards prior to the start of tonight's event. Suffered through a little bit of a delay prior to the start of tonight's proceedings. So this will be a 50-yard free. Blinken will be over.
Yep.
Connolly,
2
Drellis,
lengths.
Ellis, Elia, Mahalski, and Richards. So Connolly, Drellis, Ellis, Elia, Mikulski, and Richards. And from our vantage point, looked like Carter Elias.
Lane 4?
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. How many heats we got of this one?
Just 3.
3. Just 3. It's a quick one. This was senior night here tonight, and a good majority of the swimmers were asked what their favorite event is, and all of them said the 50-yard freestyle. So they call that a, what did they call it? They called it a splash and dash, because you're in and you're out and you're out. Bye-bye.
From lanes 1 to 8, it'll be Defina, Koshiba, Teague, Mincing, Renovian, Hernandez, Elawat, and Seymour.
Oh, that one.
Easy win for
Yeah.
Renovian.
Yeah, that was
T
just another
came
day
in
at the
second.
office.
Boy, you don't know how good you got it until you don't have it. And
Exactly. Talking about the scoreboard there, eh?
so unfortunately, we can't provide you with any sort of times or official places because we are flying blind. But we can let you know the lineup. But now Muris, Juan, Wade, Allen, Marsh, Lezovich, Dunlop, Batanzo.
And this is the points race, folks.
This is the points race. Asa Allen in lane 4, probably the main man to pay attention to.
It's close, but it looks like he's got a slight advantage now, but lane 5 closing in.
Marsh in lane 5, and it will be Asa Allen. Marsh just had a 7th place finish in this event at Oakland Counties. It sure looked like Asa Allen was the man in cruise control there.
Almost looked like lane 2 might have picked up 3rd.
So now the big 15-minute break.
Oh.
This would be when the diving portion
Oh.
of tonight's event would have taken place. So we'll take a break here on BACB Sports. When we come back, it'll be the 100-yard butterfly. Don't go anywhere.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back, Brad Fetters with Nick Buckler, continuing coverage of the swim and dive event between the Seaholm Maples and the Groves Falcons. This is event number 6, the 100-yard butterfly. This is the points race. Hernandez, Chinian, Koshiba, Mordokovic, Knudsen, Kuziak, D'Alessandro, and Nagy. And to kind of give you an update on where things stand after 5 events, Seaholm has the advantage 43-35 over Birmingham Groves.
Almost halfway through. So it's a good start, good sign of things to come if you're a Maple fan. Does Grove still go by the Gators when they're in the water?
They are, no, the Emerald Tide.
Oh, so they got 3 names.
Yeah.
They got the Falcons, the Gators, right? Is that
For
what the
water polo,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And the Emerald Tide.
The Emerald Tide.
Roll Tide, eh? That's why I see some shirts that say Roll Tide around here.
We'll get another look here at our finish.
Looks like lane 5 was your victor. There he is.
Knudsen. Emmett Knudsen with the victory. Emmett, a junior. So the 100 free will consist of 4 heats.
Yes, it will.
Another casual reminder, if you are just now tuning in, we do not have a working scoreboard, so we have no way of letting you know, the viewer, of the times. So apologize for that technical difficulty. Trying to do our best here tonight. Richards, Mikulski, Connolly, Williams, Drellis. The 5 in the pool right now. Richards from Seaholm, Mikulski from Seaholm, Connolly from Seaholm. Williams, a freshman from Groves in lane 6. And Drellis, a sophomore from Seaholm.
Live, laugh, and sophomore. Live more, laugh more, sophomore, huh? Saw that shirt walking around here earlier today.
Did you?
Yeah, it made me chuckle a little bit. I just poor delivery the first time around, but the second time, I think I
You
got my
recovered.
point across.
Connolly with the early advantage.
It's lane 5 victory.
That's Connolly. Mikulski. And I unfortunately don't have a participant in lane 8, even though there appears to be one down there. Elia, Rass, Ellis, Mingus, Koshiba, Martin, Seymour, and Beckton. The 8 participants from lanes 1 through 8. Let our casual viewers know lane 1 is at the bottom of your screens, lane 8 at the very top of Weston Koshiba, the early advantage. Martin and Seymour right behind him. Now it's Martin and Seymour that might have a little bit of an advantage. It looks like Martin's going to make the turn in first, followed by Seymour in lane 7. Koshiba in lane 5, currently riding in second or third place. It's kind of hard to really gauge where they're at. Let's see on this turn.
Looks like third.
Yep.
But it's close. It's a 3-man race here, maybe 4.
Seymour might have overtaken Koshiba.
Looks like lane 7 is your leader.
Seymour might have overtaken Martin as well, and it sure looked that way. It looked like Seymour outtouched Martin and Koshiba.
Yeah, I'd go 7-6-5 there if I were a betting man.
Moving things right along. Heat number 3 of 4 in this 100-yard freestyle event. Let you know that Mensing is in lane 1, Walsworth in lane 2, Marina in lane 3, Coleman in lane 4, Richmond in lane 5, Aiden Pitt in lane 6, Alawat in lane 7, and Tyler Olds in lane 8. Early advantage for lane 4. Asa Allen will occupy that in the points race. This is Coleman is with the lead right now in lane 4. They always put the good swimmers in the middle 2 lanes, Nick.
Usually that's the case. Back when I was watching Michael Phelps and Ryan Lochte. Who else is there? About it. Well, anyways.
Mark Spitz.
Nope, that's BN. That's before Nick. But yeah, they were always seem to be in that middle 2 lanes.
Ready for the points race in the 100-yard free?
I'm ready.
Nelson, Juan, Wade, Allen, Marsh, Lezovich, Bonnell, Batanzo, the who's who. Mention that because the 100 free, Wade finished in 17th, a Division II cut in this event at Oakland Counties.
I don't know if you knew this, Brad, but I got something for you.
Uh-oh.
Did you know that the first record of anyone swimming, what year do you guess? If you just had to guess.
A record of the first person swimming?
Yeah.
I don't know. Prehistoric days.
2,500 BC.
Yeah.
It was drawn on like a cave wall.
Right.
Egyptian drawings from 2,500 BC.
Yeah, they were probably trying to run away from the
It was.
dinosaurs.
It actually says Stone Age paintings in a cave.
Yeah.
How about that?
Asa Allen in first place.
I hope you think of that later when you're laying at home.
Wade and Marsh. So we keep mentioning that Oakland County's event. Groves finished 3rd behind Cranebrook, Kingswood, and Catholic Central. Farmington came in 4th, sandwiched in between Groves and Seaholm. So Seaholm came in 5th that night. So congratulations to both teams finishing in the top 5 at Oakland Counties. Groves had 4 second-place finishes and 3 third-place finishes at that event. Brendan French, the main man, the head honcho at Seaholm. They come into tonight's event with a perfect 4-0 record in the dual meets. Nick Vallis, the new head coach, taking over for Ricky Forrest at Birmingham Groves. Ricky Forrest, a name that's kind of been between both schools. They pick up that state championship a year ago. Nick Vallis now has taken over for him, and he comes all the way up from Miami to take this job.
Did he swim on up the coast?
He did not.
Oh.
I believe he probably flew or drove. Probably flew, if I had to guess, but maybe he drove.
Bring his
No,
belongings up, yeah.
He brings his head coaching experience back to Michigan from Miami, Florida.
Well, welcome back. Here's the one that we've been waiting for all night. The 500-yard freestyle.
Yeah. Funny you should say that. 5:04.59 is a state qualifying cut.
How many heats?
Quite a few.
Oh.
20. Oh, I'm sorry. Number of heats? I thought you meant number of laps. Just one heat.
All right.
Drinkard in lane 2 rather. Deegan in lane 3. McDonald in 4. O'Neill in 5. Baldini in 6. Liam Goff in lane 7. And Sorensen in lane 8.
This is usually the race where our good friend Andy Aubrey brings out all of his fun facts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to do my best to try to fill in those shoes. And I got one for you.
Uh-oh.
And it does go beyond the 2500 BC Egyptian cave paintings of the first recorded swimmer. But Ben Franklin actually had his hand in swimming. He invented swim fins to help move through the water more efficiently. So like the fins you see kids wearing, and possibly like the little webbing thing for scuba people.
Yep.
Benny Franklin's to blame. So not only did the guy essentially create electricity, but he's out there in the water too. So maybe he was struck by lightning in the water, and that's how he discovered electricity. I'm onto something here, folks.
It wasn't the key attached to the kite.
No, I think we've been living a lie all this time.
So reading this article in the Groves Scripter, Isabel Morris, the reporter, student newspaper, and I thought this was a bit of an interesting quote. Gio Baldini, one of the swimmers for Birmingham Groves, when he was talking about their new head coach, said he thought the switch would help them improve. Coach Vallis really gives them harder sets and actually works them more than state-winning head coach Ricky Forrest.
Interesting.
Groves 3-2 in their dual meets, ranked 9th in the state of Michigan, 4th in Division II. Seaholm, on the other hand, ranked 11th in the state and 5th in Division II. So anytime we call the action between the two schools, it's just unbelievable how close these two teams are in terms of their state rankings, where they fall in Oakland counties, where they fall in Division II. It's seemingly always separated by just maybe one or two spots, and right now it seems that everyone thinks that Groves is just slightly better than Seaholm, and maybe a lot of that has to do with the fact that they are the Division II defending state champions.
Yeah, I mean, year to year it can change. Because, obviously you have your seniors that graduate and move on to the next level, but then you got a new group of kids, and, your juniors are a year older, and they're more experienced now, and you got some freshmen coming in that could mix things up, and some sophomores and juniors from the year before that are now racing in points races. So, it's just you got those ebbs and flows, and I'm just hoping that they can flow on into another state title.
It's going to be interesting to see. Obviously, you take a look at Oakland counties, and you can cross off Cranbrook, Kingswood. You can cross off Catholic Central. You can cross off Farmington. You won't see those schools at the D2 meet. And to kind of give you an idea, as we kind of hit the trail end, the back stretch, the home stretch of the swim schedule, we can kind of give you some important dates. This weekend will be the Michigan Interscholastic Swim Coaches Association meet. That one will take place on the campus of Kelvin over in Grand Rapids. So that's this upcoming weekend. The OAA Red meet will take place on February 22nd and 23rd and will take place on the campus of Lake Orion High School. And then the D2 finals, March 8th and 9th in Ypsilanti at Eastern Michigan University. EMU, the site of this year's D2 finals.
Getting down to the nitty-gritty here. Most people with less than 3 laps to go here on this quick 500-yard freestyle race. So we got that going for us.
Stebbins, who's not in this race, as we got a first place finish for McDonald. Second place finish for O'Neill. So McDonald in first, O'Neill in second. O'Neill finished in 4th at Oakland Counties in this event. Another look at the finish. Stebbins, who didn't race in this event, finished 3rd at Oakland Counties. Never know what these applauses out of nowhere. Typically, you would assume that it's some sort of cut time. Once again, we apologize. Not privy to any sort of working scoreboard here tonight. D2 state cut time, 5:04.59. So that is the 500 free. One more participant finishing things up before we turn it over to the 200-yard freestyle relay.
You know, it did seem pretty quick this time around, so I would be willing to bet at least one hit that cut time if they already haven't this school year, season.
Sorensen finishing things up down there in lane 8. And he will do just that to a chorus of applause. Turn it over now to the 200-yard freestyle relay. Let you know that there's just 2 heats. The first heat will just have 2 teams.
No.
Lane 4 will be the team from Seaholm of Nico Mahalski, Parker Connolly, Michael Drellis, and Aiden Richards in the anchor spot.
So each swimmer will go down and back, and their teammate will hop on in and do a down and back length themselves and turn it over 2 more
Freshman
times.
Bodie Chinavian, Lincoln Seymour, Tricio Hernandez, and Kelvin Minsing, and the team from Seaholm. It's a bunch of underclassmen, freshman, sophomore. Some important upcoming meets. 2 teams will kind of get themselves prepared for that. Want to peak at the right time.
That's for sure. Get hot at the right time, and you know, anything can happen in that playoff push. And you know, they are having their competition, you could say, right now. But the first competition of swimming ever happened in Japan back in 36 BC. So how about that? We're here 2,050 years later. 2,050 years later. We're going strong here in Birmingham, Michigan.
You are digging in deep to the history books tonight, Mr. Nick
Get
Buckley.
my shovel out, I'm digging.
So it is a team in lane 5 from Seaholm with the victory. Chinavian, Seymour, Hernandez in Mensing. Here comes Aiden Richards, the senior, to finish things off. And we can turn it over now to the points race.
Before we do that, I got one for you. You know, everyone's wearing goggles out here. Obviously, you want to be able to see, you know, in your long relays, you got to see how many laps you have left. Did you know before? How did they get them to fit on the human head? Well, I'll tell you. Back in the day, they were made and sized from tortoise shells. So how about that? Crazy to think about. Everyone's got them on. That's a tortoise shell. You know? I'm feeling a little shell-shocked myself.
You and me both. So it's lane 5, Ryan Dunlop, George Marsh, Michael Wade, and Quinn O'Neill. Lane 4, Zach Lesovich will turn it over to Nathan Stebbins, Ian Wayne, and Asa Allen. Lane 1, D'Alessandro, Koshiba, Eli, and Ellis. Tyler Olds, Charlie Woolsworth, Luke Martin, and Frederick Sorensen in lane 2. Emmett Knudsen, Nico Bonel-Muris, Carter Richmond, and Luke Deegan in lane 3. Lane 6, Vincent Batanzo, Brock Kuziak, Nicholas Coleman, and Oliver Drake. Lane 7, Alex Marina, Kareem Alawat, Dylan Lair, and Cullen Nelson. And in lane 8, it'll be Parker Mingus, Ethan Rass, Lawrence Beckton, and Brandon Williams. Points race, crowd making some noise, urging the participants on. Boy, oh boy.
It is hype
Look
in
at
here.
this finish. Whoa, Nelly. Team 5 from Seaholm celebrating like they won it. Dunlop, Marsh, Wade, and O'Neill, unofficial winners there. What a race to the finish there between Quinn O'Neill, the freshman, and Asa Allen, the senior.
See
Allen.
another look here. Oh, that was so close. See it again, real close. Yeah, I think it was lane 5.
Crowd making more noise. There's a look at Asa Allen. The event 10 now, the 100-yard backstroke. You want to meet tonight's participants?
I was hoping you'd never ask.
Ethan Rass in lane 1. Sorensen in lane 2. Parker Mingus in lane 3. Tyler Olds in lane 4. Luke Martin in lane 5. Woolsworth in lane 6. Williams in lane 7. And Lawrence Beckton in lane 8. Man, oh man. A lot of these guys right back in the pool after that 200 freestyle relay race.
Yeah, they don't waste any time. They get a quick 50 yards in and say, we'll just go do 100 more real fast.
That's what surprises me is you get that big long break when the diving portion's supposed to be taking place. The guys kind of all try to stay loose and do whatever is necessary to stay warm. And then when you get right back to the races, it's go, go, go. No downtime.
So we know that this pool is what, 25 yards across?
Yes, sir.
So close to 25 meters. Close.
Yeah.
The longest swimming pool ever is in Casablanca, which is where? Morocco. I knew you knew that.
They made a movie about it.
400 meters long.
Wow.
So they do the 500-yard freestyle, 20 lengths. Yeah, that's about 19 lengths is how long the pool is in Casablanca. So just think of that. My brain's hurting
Wow.
thinking about it as we come to the end of this
So it would
backstroke.
It would be 16 of these pools.
19.
19?
19 of them. Steve Eiserman. Because it's 475 would be 19, and it's 480. So you checked me. I was right, wasn't I?
I thought you said 400 meters.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I said 480.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it'd be, yep. I'm very good at math. I'm even better at swimming. Facts.
I thought
Swimming
you said
facts.
400 meters long.
Oh, no. I apologize if I didn't make sense. Just for that, I'm going to have to pull another fact for you.
So this will be the points race in the backstroke. Lane 1, Julio DeFina. John Drinkert in lane 2. McLean in lane 3. Joey Stebbins in lane 4. Renovian in lane 5. Mardukovic in lane 6. Finn Renovian in lane 7. And Nick Coleman in lane 8.
I did a lot of thinking on what fact I'd pull for you. This one blew my mind away. Free divers, those folks that are just diving in the ocean. They can hold their breath for how long? Over 10 minutes.
Wow.
10 minutes. At 30 seconds, I'm turning blue, folks. 10 minutes.
So it's Elliot Renovian in lane 5. Came in 4th at Oakland Counties in this event. Stebbins in lane 4 came in 2nd at Oakland Counties. Right now it's Renovian with the advantage and the win. Seaholm having themselves a night here.
Yeah, they're proving that they said, we are the better Birmingham school in the pool. Like that, Ron?
We'll get another look here at this finish. Renovian out touching Stebbins. Those two rivals. Renovian getting the best of Stebbins here tonight. Event number 11, the breaststroke.
The oldest stroke.
100 yards.
Did you know
One
that
heat.
one?
I did not.
Yeah.
One heat. Points race coming up. State cut 103.69. 103.69. In lane 1, it'll be Dylan Lair. Lane 2, Oliver Grake. Hudson Koshiba in lane 3. Will Dinkaloo in lane 4. Finn Murray in lane 5. Nathan Stebbins in lane 6. Ryan Teagan Lake 7. And Aiden Pitt in lane 8.
We are off. We are underway.
Early advantage for Nate Stebbins. Falcons running 1st and 2nd right now.
Emerald Tide.
Tinkaloo and Stebbins, you're right, Emerald Tide.
I had to,
Right now, Stebbins, main man.
It's getting hype here at the end. Crowd getting behind their favorite swimmer.
And it will be Stebbins. Dinkaloo and Murray. Fast and furious race there.
Some would say it's almost too fast and too furious.
Final event, the 400-yard freestyle relay.
How many heats?
Just one. Just the points race. Six teams will occupy lanes 2 through 7. Let's meet them. Nick Coleman, Aiden Pitt, Daniel Mardukovic, and Vincent Batanzo in lane 2. Carter Richmond, Cullen Elson, Liam Goff, and Finley Renovian in lane 3. And Juan, Joey Stebbins, Nathan Stebbins, and Angus McDonald in lane 4. Luke Deegan, Michael Wade, Quinn O'Neill, and Elliot Renovian in lane 5. Giovanni Baldini, John Drinkert, Adam Nagy, and Will Dinkaloo in lane 6. Tyler Olds, Charlie Walsworth, Frederick Sorensen, and Luke Martin will be in lane 7. Each participant asked to go 100 yards.
4 lengths.
Slight advantage right now for Luke Deegan and that team from Seaholm. About a half length of the body. Ian Wan, the sophomore, trying to make some noise. Catch up.
It's a two-man race right now, it looks like, as the second swimmers head into the pool.
Two-team race. Slightest of advantages from lane 5, that team from Seaholm. Some unique noises coming from the teammates.
Yeah, you could say that. It's loud in here, from the fans to the teammates to the chants to the yeah. To the next round of swimmers dive on in. Swimmer 3 of 4.
Are they urging each other on with chants of swim, swim, swim? Is that what I was hearing?
It sounded like it, but you know, I didn't realize that. You know what? I'll start swimming.
Maybe not perhaps the most
Original?
creative
Yeah.
chant, but Team 5, Deegan, Wade, O'Neill, and the anchor, Elliot Renovian. Elliot Renovian, just a sophomore.
Swim, swim, swim.
Here comes the anchors now. Huge lead for Seaholm. Angus McDonald's going to have to make up a ton of time. See if he can do it. A length and a half lead right now for Seaholm.
That's pretty much how they've cruised all evening long, with a lengthy lead.
And an 8-point advantage after 5 events. See if anything has changed.
Be curious to see how it sits now and how it'll sit after this.
Pretty good in cruise control. Elliot Renovian. Touch first. And a win for Deegan, Wade, O'Neill, and Renovian. Second place, Juan Stebbins, and McDonald. Rest of the teams will finish up. As always, lots of fun bringing you the sights and sounds from this crosstown rivalry swim meet. Job well done by all of our participants, and we wish them luck. Some really important meets still on the agenda at OAA Red Meet at the end of February, and then the D2 finals at Eastern Michigan University in early March. We know our two teams will be in the mix once again this season.
Yeah, they always are. They're, you know, either team could be considered a favorite every single year. So obviously, Groves bringing home the hardware last year. Wouldn't be surprised to see one of them bring it home again this year.
Yeah, there's a reason why all these banners are hanging up here in the pool area at Birmingham Seaholm High School. Well, that'll do it for our coverage. But when we come back, we'll give you our post-game thoughts as well as the final score. That'll be next right here on BACB Sports. Don't go anywhere.
If you love them enough to relearn math so you can teach them math, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Welcome back one final time to Birmingham Seaholm High School. Brad Fetters with my main man, Nick Buckler. Got a final score for you. Seaholm Maples 110, the Birmingham Groves Falcons 76. 110-76, the final score. Seaholm over Groves. Maybe not how exactly we predicted tonight to go, but the Seaholm Maples really really solid here at home.
Yeah, they really just kind of coasted to this one. It was somewhat effortless. I mean, obviously not what you expected from the defending state champion Groves Falcons / Emerald Tide, but you know, Seaholm just in control. They had comfortable leads throughout the day, and really were picking up a lot of first and second place finishes throughout the evening.
Once again, wish both teams lots of luck at the OAA Red Meet, as well as the Division II finals. Expect both of these teams once again right in the mix. So, head coach Nick Val's getting his kind of first taste of this rivalry matchup. Brendan French, the winner tonight with the Seaholm Maples once again, 110-76. You're looking at some highlights of tonight's activities from my broadcast partner Nick Buckler and the rest of our hardworking BACB sports staff, including our director tonight, Mike Gottmeyer. I'm Brad Fetters saying so long. Thank you so much for watching this BACB Sports production.